everyone, in this video we'll talk about total utility and marginal utility, two important concepts that help us understand how satisfaction changes as we consume more of something. We'll use a simple example with apples and see how our enjoyment changes with each one apple. Here's a table showing how much total satisfaction or total utility a person gets from eating apples. The first column shows the number of apples and the second shows the total utility. At 0 apples, utility is 0. As we eat more, total utility increases. But notice it doesn't increase by the same amount each time. After a certain point, it even starts to fall. Now let's calculate marginal utility, which is the additional satisfaction gained from consuming one more apple. In other words, it's the change in total utility when we go from one quantity to the next. So from 0 to 1 apple, the total utility rises from 0 to 20. That means marginal utility is 20. From 1 to 2 apples, total utility goes from 20 to 36. The change is 16. From 2 to 3, the total utility changes by 10 utils. From 3 to 4, the change is 6. From 4 to 5, the change is 0. And from 5 to 6, the change is -1. Notice how marginal utility keeps decreasing as we consume more apples. This is called the law of diminishing marginal utility. After 5 apples, total utility even drops, a negative marginal utility. That means the 6th apple actually reduces satisfaction. Now let's visualize this with a graph. First, we'll plot total utility. On the horizontal axis, we are going to put number of apples. So the number of apples goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the number of apples. On the vertical axis, we're going to put total utility, or in this case, just utility, because we are going to plot the marginal utility on the same graph. So the total utility, let's start from 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So, when we eat one apple, the total utility is 20. So it will be here. For 2 apples, total utility increases to 36. So it will be approximately here. For 3 apples, it will be 46, approximately here. For 4 apples, it's going to be 52 here, and for 5 apples, it will remain as 52 here, and for 6 apples, it's going to be 51 here. And let's connect these dots together. So we have this total utility curve. As we can see, total utility increases at first, but the rate of increase slows down. After the 5th apple, total utility starts to fall, showing that too much of a good can actually reduce satisfaction. Next, let's plot the marginal utility curve. Here we'll see clearly how satisfaction from each additional apple decreases. So again, we have number of apples on the horizontal axis and the utility on the vertical axis. So as we see from the table, when we eat 1 apple, the marginal utility coincides with the total utility, which is 20 utils. When we eat 2 apples, it is 16. So it's about here. When we eat 3 apples, the marginal utility drops to 10. For 4 apples, it's about 6. For 5 apples, it is 0, and for 6 apples, it goes to the negative, here, approximately here. So let's connect these dots. We have this marginal utility curve. This curve starts high but declines with each apple. It shows that each additional unit adds less and less satisfaction. That's diminishing marginal utility again. And when marginal utility becomes negative, total utility begins to fall. And notice when marginal utility reaches 0, our total utility maximizes. To sum up, total utility shows overall satisfaction. Marginal utility shows the change in satisfaction from one more unit. As we consume more, marginal utility decreases. And that's why most of us stop after eating the 5th apple. Thank you for watching.